Never touch the person in the mirror. Due to the discovery of modern physics, you in the mirror always want to kill you. If your fingertips really touch, you will explode more thoroughly than the New Year's fireworks. No corpse, no ash dipping, just a moment. Enough to raise an entire city to the ground. Why is that? Because that you are made of antimatter. Theoretically, the universe was created with half of you. I also made half of you in the mirror. And you should have died together long ago. But here's the weird thing. The world that wants to kill you, suddenly it all disappeared. This cosmic disappearance. It was first discovered by a social terrorist film, 1928. Paul Dirac combined quantum mechanics with relativity. Forced suture. Right, that beauty is amazing. Weird scary Dirac equation. He predicted that electrons not only have positive energy, there should also be negative energy. It's as absurd as saying the sky is minus 1.8 meters tall. When this happens, most people ignore. Or, like Einstein, patch the equation. But Dirac was torn for a long time, still think it has a meaning. He deduced. The vacuum is actually filled with an invisible sea of electrons. If an electron is missing from the ocean floor, the pit left behind, it behaves like a positively charged electron. They called it an electron. If this pit touches a normal electron, both will be instantly drowned into pure light. Everyone thought Dirac was crazy. Where does the anti-electron in the universe come from? But just 4 years later, the messenger from the universe arrived in 1932. Young Anderson accidentally took a weird photo with a cloud. A particle has exactly the same trajectory as an electron. They're bending in the opposite direction. A positively charged electron. Dirac's prophecy came true. It was the first time that humans realized, for every particle in the universe, there is a twin who wants to kill him. The power of this thing is scary. It is 100% intelligent conversion. If you make it into a bomb, the Huangdao atomic bomb is just a younger brother in front of it, since antimatter exists. So here's the problem. If the Big Bang, positive and antimatter are produced 1-to-1, then they should cancel each other out the moment they are born. The universe should be an empty sea of light. Not a single atom will be left. The other half wants to kill our killer. Where did it go? Why are we still alive? The physicists panicked. Unless, the lowest rules of physics, it was done at the beginning. The crisis broke out in 1956. Physicists have found 2 examples. They're like images inside and outside a mirror. They look identical. The quality and lifespan are the same. But as they decay, one gave birth to 2 children. One gave birth to 3. It's like looking in a mirror. In the mirror, you suddenly have an extra hand. The bosses at the time believed this must be 2 different examples. Because the laws of physics have to be symmetric. This is the iron law of conservation. But 2 young Chinese, Li Hengdao and Yang Henning, stood up. They went through all the experimental records, discover a blind spot in the strong interaction, and the scale is indeed conserved. But in the weak interaction, no one has verified it at all. So they guessed. Maybe God is dealing with something as small as decay. Bias. And this idea defies the very bottom line of physics. Hyper physicists even talk. I'd bet a lot of money on that. God can't be left-handed. No one wants to do experiments verify this obvious mistake. Except for him, Wu Jiangsheng and the Queen of Physics. He put 60 nuclei of bone, cooled to near absolute zero, arranged them like little silk needles. And then watch the electron king shot when they fall and fly. It was a long winter. Wu Jiangsheng and his team cancelled all holidays. Lock yourself in an underground laboratory. Take care of those delicate instruments like a baby. If the universe is symmetric, electrons should be like fountains, evenly sprayed in both directions. Finally, late one night in January 1957, data is out. There's a huge asymmetry in the electron count. The vast majority of them, against the spin of the nucleus, fly out. The mirror is broken. If interaction force, the laws of physics have directions. God is really biased. He prefers the left hand. News out. The whole physics community is fried. In the same year, Ria won the Nobel Prize. This is the first time a Chinese has reached the top podium, but it's infuriating. Due to gender and many other reasons, Wu Jiangsheng did not win the award together. You said conservation fell, but scientists are not giving up yet. Maybe at antimatter and the world becomes symmetrical. You see, God created a left-handed material world. Then he must have also created a right-handed antimatter world. The 2 add up to a balance. This is the CP symmetry. However, nature seems determined to shatter all perfection. 1964, Cronin and Fitch in the decay of the K preposition, found a tiny anomaly. 1000 decay. A few times, the K preposition does not obey the rules of conservation of CP. Symmetry is also broken. This is a big deal. Original, matter and antimatter, in the most fundamental laws of physics. It's just different. Soviet physicist Sakharov, keen to grasp this life-saving straw, he proposed that it was precisely because of this tiny asymmetry. At the very beginning of the Big Bang, the universe played a game of cheating. For every billion antimatter particles produced, it will generate 1,000,001 particles of positive matter. 1,000,000,000 pairs of matter and matter perish together into the background radiation that fills the universe, and those who survive. The extra one is because I can't find an opponent. Left alone. They gather into clouds, shrinking into stars, eventually evolved into the galaxy we have today, and you in front of the screen. We, and indeed all civilizations, all survivors of the cosmic holocaust. It is the defective product after the perfect symmetry is broken. The universe is not perfect, but luckily it's not perfect. That allowed us to survive. This is the greatest welcome from the past in the universe. He erased the half. I want to destroy your past, in exchange for this only life. So, don't hate your flaws and regrets. It's that little asymmetry. Let you become you. Everything has cracks. That's where the light comes in. So thanks to this junk. But there is a living universe. After all, standing here, Happy New Year to each other. A miracle in itself spanning tens of billions of years.